What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing great. Today, I wanted to share a conversation I had with somebody about kind of the struggles of communicating your department needs with other people, perhaps executives, other peers that may not have as much insight or information into your department, or even an understanding as to why you need that, and then how you can contextualize that and make it more, I guess, linear for them, right? As a facility manager, property manager, chief engineer, whatever title you go by, some of the challenges we have is that our thoughts are geometric in nature because we have to deal with so many different variables on a day-to-day basis, whether it's managing contractors agreements, if it's staff, if it's breakdown maintenance, preventative maintenance, interfacing with housekeeping, just running the gamut, right? I mean, you're everywhere all the time to everybody, so you have a much broader picture of things. And then when you bring this up to senior management, they not being the boots on the ground in some respects, or perhaps just don't have the background to lend itself well to what's going on, have a little bit of a hard time relating. Not that they don't want to, but that they just can't empathize or sympathize with you, even. So, how can you put this into terms that will help you help your department? So, I created just a really quick spreadsheet that I'll share with you here right now. And if you're interested in it, just send me a message after. And I'll also post this on my website where you can download it for free. Um, just something that you can point out to your manager so that they understand how you prioritize your day, and at the end of it, how much time you have left. So let's take a look. Okay, cool. So here you'll see what I've done, which is, again, a really simple calculation. Any one of you can do this. I just thought I'd save you all some time since we're all on the same page here. And what this goes through is a handful of different things. And this is really easy to modify. So again, take this and do with what you will. But the idea is, here you can enter in the number of work orders that your property has for the year. So this will change up and down as it goes on. Let's say you have a small property, and at the end of the year, you do 2,567 work orders. Average time per work order. This is something that you all should know pretty well. And then you can attach costs with this, and you can actually make this much more granular than it is. This is really just a high level to show your team how your management, how your team is currently spending their time, and if you have any availability to take on additional projects given your current staff, or if you either A, need to be reprioritized, or B, need to look at hiring additional staff, or C, perhaps there's some opportunity to where you can use other departments that can, I guess, task force in your department while you figure out what needs to happen. Sometimes there is no give. So what you can also do with this, your work orders per minute, you can start to attach values, and you say the types of technicians that respond to these work orders and how much they're currently being paid. Then you're going to know what the return on investment is. This is really interesting because the classic example of 1 plus 1 does not equal 2. 1 plus 1 could equal 30. And what do I mean by that? So you have one employee right now, you add another one, perhaps it adds a 30% reduction in downtime. Perhaps it's a 30% increase in productivity and efficiency. So it's kind of this whole force multiplier effect that we've talked about in the past, where it's not linear in the sense that adding one more person will not only take more things off your plate, but will allow you to focus on higher value issues and ultimately streamline your operations overall. Anyway, I don't want to go down too big of a tangent, but here again, you enter in the number of team members you have. I put in here something where it'll account for your full-time and your part-time team members. Again, this is based off of a 2,080 hour work year. So it shows you how many years you have available, how many hours within the year that you have available, and then how your time is currently being spent and where it's being spent, so that you know if anything else comes up, will you be able to actually do this? As you continue to go down, it'll say, all right, based off of the number of special projects you have per month. And special projects, you can change that verbiage. It can be like a construction project for the front desk. It can be a one-off preventative maintenance thing that happened. It can be yeah, building something, maybe it's during the holidays and you have some special things that come up that you need to do around your facility or resort. Um, estimated times per estimated time spent on PMs per month. So again, this is where you're going to want to know. All right, we're currently doing 55 minutes on all of our HVAC PMs, and how many of them do you have? Oh, we have 10. And this is where, again, you can continue to elaborate and go into as much detail as you want, but this is really just to show you something at the bottom here. General management and oversight. So time and hours. Again, how much time are you spending, or is part of your team spending, managing or overseeing other departments, contractors, people, whatever you may have. Breakdown maintenance. Unforeseen things happen. You get those calls in the middle of the night. Perfectly working equipment that's working perfectly, that shows no indication of breaking down, might end up just having a failure, and you're not going to know why. And your breakdown hours. That's going to show you, again, what comes up. And then as it goes down here, it will tabulate everything for you, and it'll say, hey, look, based off of 5 team members, 4 of which are full time, 1 of which is part time. We have 60 hours available, and based off of our current work order schedule, PM schedule, project schedule, we have 5,251 hours. So workload can be completed within the available time that you have. So you're already noticing that this is a double-edged sword. You got to be careful, because if you're getting ready to present this and it's not looking good for you, it might show that your current staffing levels are exceeding what the needs are of the organization, which ultimately will hopefully not result in a reduction in headcount, but just beware of that. So as you go through, again, depending on your property size, let's say you have done 14,567 work orders, it'll show you right here. Hey, down at the bottom, you're going to need to consider reprioritizing and or hiring more staff. So it should be pretty self-explanatory, but if you need any help with this, let me know. Other than that, look forward to putting out additional videos, and I hope that you have all the staffing that you need. And if you don't, make a case that's linear, again, so that you're speaking the same language as your peer group or your executives, so that they understand all of the work that you're doing can only be fit into a certain limited number of hours that you have per day, based off of PMs, maintenance, breakdown maintenance, projects, management, day-to-day operations, etc. And this is pretty black and white, where you either have the time to do it or you don't. So I hope that helps. I hope everyone has a great day, and see you soon.